Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm doing something really different that I haven't done before. I am showing you all of the dividends that I made in my Roth IRA, my retirement investment account. And we're going to go through and look at what I bought, what I sold, basically a full breakdown of what's in my account, which I haven't done before. So this is something that's definitely new for me. I'm exposing exactly how much money I have, which is just under $16,000 in my Roth account. And to be honest, I'm proud of that number. I think it's a realistic amount of money for people to have. So I follow a lot of different YouTubers, people on social media that are dividend investors, and they have like $500,000. Some have over $1 million. And I just want to see what's realistic to make in a smaller dividend account. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through and see what I made in my $16,000 Roth IRA. So there is kind of a hiccup with this. I didn't have all of my money invested, and I still don't. I still have cash, but I'll go ahead and explain that. And a lot of these I have sold. QYLD and XYLD I sold. So QYLD paid me $7.13. I had over $800, and I just wasn't happy with the returns. Now that dividend is great. That is a phenomenal dividend for $800. But the problem is that the account itself was like breaking even. The amount I had was breaking even because I was down about 16%. And so even though it was yielding over 10%, I was still losing money consistently. And the same thing with XYLD, and that's why I sold it. I sold Altria Group because I bought it, and I don't even remember when, but I'm very unsure about that company now. I don't love Altria Group overall. Their dividend is phenomenal, but I just don't know what the future holds for them and with the tobacco industry as a whole. And then we have Realty Income. So the first one that I still hold, and all we're going to go through over here on the right side is what I bought and sold in the first quarter. And so we'll jump through that. So this isn't perfectly accurate, but let's just take a look anyway because I did add more shares after. So Realty Income with 27 shares, I had just under $1,500 invested. I'm about $170 down on Realty Income because I bought some when it was really high, and it's just been trailing down a little bit, but it paid me $1.03 that month. And I'm not sure why it's so sporadic because the next payment is huge, but we'll get into that. And then we have OBDC. So this is Blue Owl Capital Corp, really phenomenal stock. I love this one. And it has paid me on an investment with 38 shares, $591.66. It paid me $13.03. Now this one I believe is a monthly payer, or at least it paid me twice, which I think is really interesting. No, it's monthly. 1, 2. So I'm not sure why it paid me twice. I wonder if one of these was a special dividend. I should actually check into that. But either way, I love the money. So let's keep going. We have SPY, which is the SP 500 ETF. I have one share. I'm up like 40% on it. I bought it when it was like $300, and it's been doing insane. And it paid me $1.91 in dividends, which can't really complain about. Again, I'm up really high on it. I'm considering selling it, but I just like having one share. Sometimes I do that. I just buy one share of these funds. And then SPAXX. So this is government money market. This is what they pay me on my interest. And so this is where it gets a little bit tricky, where I had a ton of money made on interest because I maxed out my Roth IRA pretty quickly, and I left that money sitting in the account for a few months before I bought anything. The market was tanking, and so I was making a lot of money on interest. So this says I made $5.51 that quarter on a $3,000 investment. So that's not good. I have some charts and stuff that I'll show too, and SPACs is way overdone. At one point I had over $8,000 in cash. And so it really was making me a lot of money, and it's really messing up all my charts and making it look like my dividend stocks aren't performing as well, but they are. And then I had Realty Income again with the $4.36. Huge dividend. I'm not sure why it's so different from the other ones, but we're going to keep going. Main Street Capital Corp. So I did buy Main Street. I must have missed the first dividend date because we can actually check. I bought Main on, January 18. And I believe this is when I bought all of it. 23 shares at $43.59 a share. It cost me $1,002.57. And so let's see, it looks like it was already up about $94, and it paid me a $5.52 dividend, which I love. Also, I wasn't reinvesting dividends because I don't know why. I thought that I had it set to reinvest all my dividends, but it didn't. So I had to go through and change all that recently. So this money normally would be reinvested straight back into it, but instead it was just accumulating in cash and making me more money in the SPAXX, which then paid me $27.34, which is crazy. But again, that's because there was more than 3,000. There was a couple extra thousand in there. Then we have Mesa Rich. I did sell this one. I bought this one so long ago. I had $85. It wasn't even a full $100, and it paid me 85 cents. So it's yielding like 10%, but it was dropping like 20% every year. So I got rid of that. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll re-look into that one, but I looked a little bit and I didn't like it. And then we have Realty Income again with a $6.93 dividend. Beautiful, truly beautiful. So I believe the reason these increased is because I doubled or tripled the amount I did. I bought Realty Income 3 times. I bought 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I bought 13 more shares. And so that's why the dividend is increasing. I keep buying it. And so then we have OBDC again with the same amount of shares. I didn't buy more of that one. Nope. And boom, another, where did it go? Another $3.04. So a bit less than that first payment. I'm not sure why, but either way, it's money in my bank account. Main Street Capital then paid me $5.52. I believe I bought Main again at some point. Maybe not. So I just bought Main the one time and that was it. And honestly, I bought a ton of it, so I'm okay with that. Then I bought EPR and I got that dividend. So EPR, let's see, we purchased that and that was later. We bought that late in February. And so we bought the dividend for March, which was $1.65 on 6 shares with $254 invested. Can't really complain about that. I definitely will be buying more EPR. It was up $6 at that point, and it is one of my favorites. ABR. I don't know why I don't own more. This one doesn't have like a 14% dividend yield. I thought I owned more. 42 shares, $545.58, and it paid me $18.06. So that's a quarterly payer, but a huge, huge amount of money. The biggest so far besides SPAXX. So really, really phenomenal. Then we have SPYI, which was a recent purchase. I bought so much stuff on February 20. This is all February 27 right here. I bought so much. I actually kind of want to see how much I bought, but later. So I did. I spent a ton of money on February 27. The market had dipped a bit that day, and I was like, let's just buy whatever we can. And so then we had Main payout again, and it paid me $6.09. SPAXX, $12.71. This is so messing up everything, but I wanted to include it because I am making good money off of the uninvested cash. And then CCI, Crown Castle. I put a video out about this one. I really, really like it, and I'm genuinely curious to see how it does. I think in the long run, it could be a great buy. I own 5 shares at $510, and it paid me $7.83. It is a quarterly payer and has a near 6% dividend yield. So we can see I've only purchased it once, again on February 27. And so that's basically how it's been going. You can see I bought a lot. I sold a lot as well. I sold USOI. I don't even remember buying that. I sold QILD, XYLD, I already said that. And then I also sold Amazon. So I made a ton of money on Amazon because I had 20 shares. And I think I invested $2,000 and I pulled out 3,400, which was brilliant. And then that money is now going back into my other dividend stocks. So I do trade Tesla and Amazon because I like them a lot, and they give me a little bit of diversity. I definitely I was over leveraged with Amazon. That's why I sold it, because it was like high 20s percentage wise in my portfolio. And so I sold it, and it's now at all-time highs again. And then Tesla has been dropping like crazy, and I bought 1 share because I like to hold 1 share of everything, like I said. So I calculated out who made what, and we can see the main money maker was SPACs, which was frustrating. QILD was a decent amount, but again, I don't own it anymore because it continued to lose money. XYLD, insignificant. Altria, insignificant. And then this shows as $6.42 for the quarter, which is great. A little bit lower yield. We can see compared to Altria Group, it's even less, even though it does pay that monthly. But the thing is, with Altria Group, it continued to trend down when I had it too. And I know Realty Income is beaten down, but still, I'm not a fan of Altria Group. OBDC, insane amount of dividends. I think that's our close to what, our third or fourth. Really, really good with $16.43. And then some other Main Street Capital, $17.94. $18. Mwah. You can't, I just love it. I love Main Street Capital, and it's growing in value. It has gone up a couple percent points since I bought it. ABR, another one that I'm looking at because it paid me $18. So it paid the same amount as Main Street Capital. And Main Street Capital, I had $1,000 invested, and ABR, I have just under 600 invested. Where did it go? Because I haven't purchased more. So 545. So it paid the same amount with half of the same investment as Main Street Capital, but the price appreciation is not as good. And so that is something that's important to note. So yeah, I think it's a really good, I own so many stocks now. I own like over 20 stocks in my Roth IRA, and I'm pumped about it. I do really like that, but it is hard to keep track. I may start thinning it down. I don't know if you guys have been following me, but I've been doing some options trading as well. But let's go ahead and sum all of this up, because I really want to see what we made. So we're going to auto sum it. So $139.83 off of, what did I say? Just under $16,000. So if you do 140, let's just run some numbers. Might get what I might do for the year. Let's do 140 times 4, $560. And then we're going to divide this by 16,000, and then multiply it by 100. And that's a 3.5% return, which is a little bit low. That is definitely a little bit low because I multiplied it by 4 because it's 4 quarters in the year. And so yielding about 3.5% plus all of the money that is going to be, well, actually, I should say this is low because it's not 16,000 invested. At this point, it was less than that. So I'm probably around 5 to 6% return, which is, I'm happy with that. I've been mixing in some option stuff, and so that'll make it a bit different as well. But that's just the update I wanted to do. I'll probably polish these a little bit more in the future. I like just rolling and talking about it and going through it and looking at everything. And you guys can see everything that I traded, when I traded it. I will be transparent with stuff. I did sell HRZN because it started having a really bad time in the market. And so I did sell that one. But I have a lot of other stuff that'll be coming out in the next update video, which is going to be for Q2. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what stocks surprised you the most. Let me know if you own any of these. I love hearing what the communities own and what their favorite stock is. So again, if you guys are interested in learning more about this stuff, if you want to join my Discord, it's free. It's just a bunch of guys talking, and girls. I don't know if there's girls in there actually, to be honest. So don't join if you're looking for girls, because I don't know. But there's a bunch of people talking just about what we're investing in. There's some different tabs that we go through about penny stocks, dividend stocks, swing trades, option trades, nothing crazy. I don't do option alerts or anything like that. It's just a bunch of people talking about what we own and what's been performing well for us. And so if you guys are interested in that, I'll link that. It'll be in my link tree on the channel, and hit subscribe, hit the like button if you guys are interested in seeing some updates, and I'll see you guys in the next one.